nerds, this is Hero with NerdFeed. I'm here with David Vincent. David, say hi.
Hey, nerds.
David is an award-winning voice actor, director, and producer who's based in Los Angeles. He's known for voicing Ketsu from Kill la Kill, Grimjaw from Bleach, Seiji from Durarara, the narrator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Arthur August and Angel in Blue Exorcist, and many, many others. So, what was your very, very first acting performance?
My very first acting performance, we're here in Colorado, was about 3 miles away on the stage at Arvada High School, and it was some minor character in a production of Guys and Dolls in high school.
You were the tree?
I was the tree. I was the tree, exactly. And I absolutely fell in love with it, and I've been acting ever since.
That's what kicked it off for
Yeah,
you.
that's what started everything.
You know, I've done a few high school productions and middle school productions, but it was never a big thing for me. You know, I didn't fall in love with it as much as I hear other people have.
Yeah. I fell in love with it. I just loved it. I don't know. There was just nothing that I didn't love about it. It was so much fun. There was a girl that I had a huge crush on, and she got to be my dance partner, and it was just a really fun experience. So I loved it.
Mm-hmm. And how did acting on the stage lead you to voice acting?
Well, after I did that in high school, and so that was my junior year of high school. I did that, and then, so I fell in love with it, and I did the play the next year as well, and it had a great time as well. So I wound up going to the University of Colorado in Boulder, and while I was there, I got my degree in journalism, and I loved journalism, and had a great time at what was then called the J School. And but in the meantime, while I was studying journalism, the theater department there was great because I still got to audition for and participate in the plays that I got the parts for. So I did every play that I could while I was at university. Mm-hmm. And by the time I graduated, I did my internship at KUSA down in Denver. And I was the weather intern with Mike Nelson, who was the meteorologist at the time. And I wound up getting a job offer for a very small affiliate in California to be the weekend weather anchor and to be a reporter during the week. But I wound up turning it down, and I decided to go to New York City. And I went to New York, and I hit the stage, and I did more theater, and I did a ton more theater, off-Broadway. And then I started doing stand-up comedy. I started doing sketch comedy. And it was there, I was doing a show at this little theater in Times Square called Don't Tell Mama. And I was doing a show, and I was doing a bit where I was making fun of TV commercials. And so I was doing all these different voices, making fun of these commercials, and I wound up, after my show, there happened to be a voiceover agent sitting in the audience that night who approached me after my show and said, do you have an agent? And I said, no. And she goes, here's my card. You need to call me. And so that's actually how I got into the world of voiceover. My very first voiceover job was for a Rolling Rock beer commercial.
As a narrator?
Not as the narrator, as man number 2 going, pass me a beer, or something like that. I have no idea.
Do you still do any stand-up comedy on the weekends, or are you...
Well, no, my schedule is so busy now that I don't have time I don't do any theater anymore. I would love to. I'm still passionate about it. I love it, but my schedule is entirely too full to do that.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Yes, maybe I'm thrilled to be here.
You can sneak stand up into a panel.
Into a panel, I do. That's where I get my release now, is going to conventions, and I get to stand up and entertain the fans. That's where I get my comedy release.
We do appreciate the entertainment. It's top quality.
Thank you.
How do you typically get into character when you go for a voice acting gig?
Getting into character for a voice acting gig is much different than, say, for a theater or a film or a TV gig, because you don't typically have a ton of time before with that script. Mm-hmm. But if I'm auditioning for it, I'll take a look at the script, and usually what the script is called they're called sides, and it basically has the lines that you're going to say, and then it'll have at the top a character description, and that character description explains what that character's like. What their traits are. So are they a hero? Are they a villain? How old are they? Are they melancholy? Are they excitable? Are they bubbly? Whatever it is, these different traits. And then I go and I'll look at the dialogue that the character says, and then I find out what the character wants. Why are they saying what they're saying? Mm-hmm. And then I'll apply those traits to that, to the character's wants, and then you get the character's attitude. And then the attitude of that character is where the character comes to life. And so that's kind of my method for getting into a character, an animated character or a video game character that I do.
How did that process differ for Ketsu since he's
Oh
attired?
my God.
I'm sure you've been asked that before.
Ketsu, no. Heather, I'm telling you, it was such a weird character. This is for Kill la Kill. Mm-hmm. Kill la Kill, for those of you who have not seen the show, it's an awesome show. It's hysterical. It's really funny, but it's really weird, and it's meant to be weird. And so I play a talking sailor uniform. And how do you create a character's voice around a sailor uniform? Yeah, that's what I said, And so, again, I mean, I went back to the character traits as much as I could, and I threw a few things out, and luckily they liked what I did. They called me in for a callback. And what a callback is that they liked your first audition, so they want you to come back in and audition again, but this time they want you to come to the studio. So I go into the studio, and that was hysterical in and of itself, because they had me do his voice 20 different ways.
And then they finally settled on one.
And then I got the job, and then we go into the studio to start recording the series, and they had me do it 20 more different ways. And then we recorded the first 3 episodes, and then we went back and re-recorded the first 3 episodes again because they wanted it different. So it was amazing, but I have to give mad kudos to Hiroe Tsukamoto from Aniplex and the director, Alex Von David. Those two working together are a powerhouse, and between the two of them, while driving me crazy, we were able to come up with Senketsu's voice and to, in my opinion, produce one of the best shows that's come out in recent years. So
was it nice not having to worry about like lip syncing with the dialogue?
That made it nice, yeah. Not having to worry about the lip sync as much was pretty good.
Getting to play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
So when you go in for work, be it voice acting or directing or producing, what is the difference in mentality from one job to another, from voice acting or producing or directing? That's
a great question. The difference between voice acting and producing and directing and mentality, when I mentally prepare myself to go in to the studio, when I'm going in as an actor, you go in with one job, and your job is to bring life to that character, to bring it to life, to give the vocal performance that character deserves, to listen to your director, take direction from that director in concert with bringing your own ideas to bring that character to life. And that's your sole focus while you're in there. As a producer, you're taking piece A from over here, piece B from over here, piece C from back here, and you're bringing everybody together to produce this project and bring it together. As a director, it's a little bit similar, but it's more focused in that you're on one single project, and you are saying, okay, now I've got this actor that's in the booth today, and I know that his or her character is going to be important to the storyline here, so the performance needs to give this emotion in order for it to make sense here. So it's like a puzzle that you're putting together the whole time. At the same time, you have to be very open to what the actor's needs are, and listen to the actor as well, because you can't just sit there and spout off at them and say, no, do it this way. You have to be able to read the actor and to be able to communicate with them in a way that's going to help them to give the performance that you need as the director. So it's in order to complete the project and to make it good, and to make it sound the way that it deserves.
Absolutely. If you could pick any character from any show or any movie or any video game that you could voice,
yes,
who would you pick and why?
All of them, because they would pay me.
Everybody.
No,
that would be a very
there you go.
Interesting TV series to watch where it's just the same voice for every character.
Yeah.
Or same voice actor.
Yes.
Make it different enough, then.
If I could pick any character, I think probably who has the coolest job on planet Earth would be Dan Castellaneta from Homer Simpson from The Simpsons. I love his voice. He's immensely talented. And the fact that he's had a career that he has had, and that he has been a part of such an iconic series for 25, 28, going on 30 years, to me, I just think that that's the epitome of like what would be a cool job to get as a voice actor. But I mean, there are many other voices that I've wanted to provide. I know in Naruto Shippuden, I really wanted to be hit on, but and I don't remember the actor that went through, but whoever the actor is, he did a fabulous job. So there's always that that once, you know, where it's like, gosh, I would love to play that character, but okay, it went to somebody else. It's all good.
Oh darn! As
Yeah.
long as the project gets completed and everyone enjoys it.
Yeah, exactly.
You started a project called Unlocked. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Unlocked is I basically started a company with a fellow voice actor. His name is Bryce Papenbrook. And for those of you, he plays Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan, Kirito in Sword Art Online, and
Main
a number of
characters.
other stuff. Yeah. And so he and I had become friends over the years, and I had this idea. And I was like, I was coming back from a convention, I was like, man, there's just got to be a better way to communicate with my fans, because I would find messages on my Facebook from months ago and that I didn't see, and then, you know, the fan was disappointed because they thought that I was ignoring them, and then same thing with Twitter, I would miss these tweets, and so it was just terrible for me to be able to correspond with my fan base. And I was like, gosh, you know, this is such an awesome community. There's got to be a better way. So I had this idea. I invited Bryce over to dinner one night, and he and I kind of sat down, and I just threw the idea past him, and then we started hashing it back and forth. And ultimately, long story short, we decided to start a company and do something about it. So we wound up partnering with a very, very prestigious tech incubator. What a tech incubator does is they take young companies that have great ideas, and they invest in you, and then they bring you, and they give you office space, support staff, and whatnot to help you launch that company. And so
We need that.
yes. So what we did is we partnered with the company called Science, and these are the guys that brought us Dollar Shave Club. They're one of the most prestigious tech incubators in North America. So we're very, very excited to be partnered with them. But what we wanted to do is create a new community, and a community where it brings all of us together. We love the experience that we have at cons, the fan experience, the industry professionals, everybody. That's what makes conventions so wonderful, is everybody being able to be together and share ideas and make new friends and that type of stuff. So we launched in September a beta version. It's a very simple beta where it's just we have influencers and industry professionals are able to stream with the fan base. That provided the numbers that we needed to see in order to be able to expand. So now, given the feedback that we've gotten from that, now we're expanding, and we're building. We're only on iOS right now. Now we're currently in development for our Android and desktop version as well. And we're adding in a number of new features. Of course, the fans, we want everybody to be able to communicate with each other, so fans can communicate with each other. There's going to be all kinds of syndicated content, licensed content, original content, and then, of course, interactions where fans and industry professionals will actually be able to interact with each other in a much simpler way and in a much cooler way.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it was really cool is you're going to be able to actually stream with each other and pull each other into each other's streams. It's awesome. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
So we made this for the community. We made this for us because we love this community so much, and the feedback that we've gotten so far, just from our beta, and we had initially started with just a Facebook group, has just been tremendous, and so we're really excited about it, and we can't wait to roll it out. With our new version is going to be coming out here in the next probably 8 weeks.
We covered NerdFeed. We covered NDK last year,
Yeah.
and we had some the voice actors were
We're
testing
using
that
it.
out.
Yeah, they were testing it out
really
at
cool to see
NDK, and it was for me, honestly, it was thrilling to watch because I was at home watching that, and of course, I was at home watching it, of course, dealing with all the glitches that were happening and dropped streams and all this stuff. But it was, and that's just par for the course. It's what happens. It's technology. But it was so neat just to see the response that the fans were getting out of it, and that my colleagues were getting as well. So it was just really neat, and it's just been a really fun experience, and we're so excited to see where we can take it, because I think I just think it's a neat way to bring our community even closer together.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it.
Oh, good.
And you're excited for it.
I'm very excited for it, yes.
Do you have social media outlets that you would like people to follow you on?
I do. Yes, please follow me on Twitter. That's my main social media platform that I use now is Twitter. So it's at David Vincent VA for voice actor. Also, Facebook is the same, David Vincent VA. Instagram is the same, David Vincent VA. Everything's David Vincent VA for voice actor. So please do join me there as well. And please do keep an eye out for Unlocked.
Yes.
And you can download the beta right now on the App Store. It is available on iOS.
But not for Android.
Not Android, not yet.
But
today is March 23rd, or 24th, is it? 24th.
One of those days.
It's the 24th.
24th?
2018. So if you're watching this like a year from now, it's already out. But if you're watching this, it's coming out in 2 months from now. So look around May. It'll be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and if we get it, then we'll drop a description in the link below that you guys can go
great.
and download it with.
Awesome.
And follow us on all of our social media outlets. We have Facebook, YouTube, obviously. We've got our website, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud now for more nerdy news in the future. Bye, nerds!